Yeah, but y'all know what time it is, right? Y'all know what time it is?
So she
It's
has to go to your page to tag herself.
7 o'clock.
On the dot.
On the dot.
All right.
Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It with Erica and Steph. I am Erica.
And I'm Steph.
And this episode is sponsored by Fields Real Estate and Investments.
And Exquisite You Beauty Boutique.
Awesome. We got an amazing guest on the couch today, you guys. I know y'all probably already know this man right here on my right. He's a well-known guy here in Sacramento area, Mr. Terry Moore, poet, father,
Advocate,
husband,
baby daddy,
all that. You hear me right here on the couch, y'all.
And you just got a new accolade, right? You're the
City of Sacramento
ambassador.
All right, we're gonna learn what that is tonight, because I've been wondering. I seen it, and I just, I'm like, that sounds big, okay? And so he gonna be talking to us tonight about some real things that need to be heard here in the Sacramento streets. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Terry.
Well, you kind of mentioned it.
Okay.
Poet, City of Sacramento ambassador, director of adult services at the Center for Fathers and Families, dad, husband, youth advocate, activist, promoter, and
just well-rounded.
I like talking about myself.
So it's not just the women that's a multitasker. It sounds like the men be doing it too now, okay? Because that's a lot of hats right there.
CEO of Timo Entertainment. That's an important. I got to get that one in there.
All right.
Come on,
CEO of Timo Entertainment. All right.
Y'all may not know I started with Timo. I used to do the little vendor booths and the fashion shows back in the day. So yes, this has been around, and you've been really leveling up for Sacramento, leveling Sacramento up, getting us out there. So we appreciate you.
Right,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I've been seeing him in the streets for a while. His relationship for him, every once a quarter.
I want you to clarify that. You said you've been seeing me in the streets.
Not in the streets. Not in the streets, y'all. In the buildings.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, I get it.
I feel
you. Run with that.
Oh, shoot. If they run with that, they better go get a gold medal. They better go to the Olympics. Amen. But, doing your thing. I mean, that relationship for them, I have a good time every time I come there. You bringing the men and the women together, and they able to talk about some things, and that's what we doing here today, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so I kind of wanted to focus, on men, right? We need some men focus. We always focusing on us ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always invite me there and tell me I gotta calm the ladies down, right?
Yeah.
Let me get my earring. Hold on.
They feel comfortable in expressing themselves.
Right.
And then we know you do a lot with the youth, like the father-daughter dance, the mother-son dance, and we don't get a lot of that. You're the only one that I've seen doing that, so I think that's pretty dope.
What's important? We also have the Success Club. It's a club for young men ages 12 to 19, and we have the Bubble Frenzy, which is our new thing. We've been doing the father-daughter dance, mother-son dance for 20 years. But the Bubble Frenzy is going to be our 4th year. We do it right around the corner from here, Elk Grove Park. Have live band for adults while they're waiting on the kids. They have live band. We have lots of entertainment for the youth. We have bubble machines, so they don't have to run around with the little.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. Bubble Frenzy. Okay.
Well, we started with the little blow the bubble.
And when is that?
It is in August. I don't have the exact date. I want to say the third Sunday in September.
September.
Yeah, we just booked it. So I don't really have a date, but we just booked it. It's a lot of entertainment for youth. It's free snacks.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's really a fun event for the entire family. But mainly the youth get a chance to get out there and meet other youth, bring their families out, have a good time, just get some great exercise,
Right.
which the parents love.
Okay.
All
And
right.
it's for all ages.
Well, I mean.
No, bowling night. We have youth bowling night.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Skating night. We have a lot. We do a lot for the youth.
Where do you post these events at for the youth?
I post it on my Facebook page, and I have a huge email list. So
Okay.
if people are on my email list, they get everything. But I have pretty much on my Instagram page and my Facebook page, Terry Freeman Moore.
Okay.
I post it all there.
All right.
And 100 hot community events.
Oh.
It's a Facebook page.
It's a group.
I'm in that group.
Yep, and so everything goes in there. Your stuff goes in there.
Yeah.
It's
I gotta
it's
get in there.
specific. You got to get in there.
Uh-huh.
You're not in there?
No, I ain't in
Oh,
there.
you're not in there.
I
Why
don't
you
know.
not in there?
Invite
Well, why are
me.
you not in
Somebody
there?
gotta invite
Okay,
me.
well,
Don't
now
they?
you
No,
know.
no, we
Oh.
gotta
You
You
got
don't see
There's
that?
a lot of stuff that's going on in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Like a lot of events that he has going on.
Okay.
I can see. And he shares, he promotes other businesses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
that's
do.
pretty dope.
Hot
Absolutely.
community events.
Uh-huh.
So it's all shared there as well as what everybody else is doing. If I see it, I put it in there. And if you're, for those of you out there, you're welcome to put your events, your business, whatever you have going, put it in hot community events.
Okay. All right. Hot community
I'll put
events.
my
HOTCOMMUNITY. Yeah, events. All right. Well, that
Yeah.
sounds on Facebook.
And it's a page, yes.
Okay. Well, man, let's get into it.
Okay.
What inspired you to become an advocate for fathers navigating child support and strained relationships with their children?
Well, what inspired me is I have my own, situation, my own divorce, and I heard so many men that had missteps and challenges and just trying to be with their children.
Okay.
So I went through that system. I heard it was a bad system. I heard that the system don't like men, they don't like fathers. It's too difficult, all that kind of stuff. But I went through and I kind of strategized. I studied, learned what is this system, how do you navigate the system, and then how you go through the system. I was able to go through no problem. I dedicated about 40 days just to studying the court, going out in the court, learning the system, going on their website. And when I went to court, on the day I went to court, 2 hours later, I had my oldest daughter in my arms. So what inspired me is just hearing all the negativity and men giving up, right? Even 2 men I knew, or 2 fathers, committed suicide because of the system. But once I went through it, I said, this is something I can share to help more men stand up and be fathers, which benefits the children because now they have a dad in their life.
Yes.
So I started sharing this information. I was on the phone. I was trying to dad, but I'm on the phone. So I went to Rick Jennings, who's the CEO of the Center for Fathers and Families, and said, hey, once a week, I want to help dads to be able to learn the system, not learn how to beat the mother, or not learn how to, not learn from street counselors.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. A lot of people, it's like, who's gonna win? This is my baby. I'm a one up him. I'm a one up that. So for you to go about it that way, without trying to beat the mom, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, it's all about the system, because the system doesn't know us when we walk in the court. They don't know who we are. They don't know our background. They know what the other party has said, and they know what you present. So, long story short, I came out successful. I started sharing that information for 5 years, voluntarily. Watched dad after dad get more time with their children, become great dads. Then I started winning awards for Father of the Year and Super Parent of the Year. And I said, this is something I got to stick with because it's helping. It became a ministry for me. And I was so inspired just by seeing the results of, not necessarily just for the dads, but how happy the children were in the parks and at church and at the festivals. The children that I had worked with the dad, how happy they were with their dad. And I had dads crying, saying thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And I said, this is all the inspiration I need to keep doing this. And I've been doing it now for almost 21 years, helping dads all the time. And it's not just dads, but dads are the ones that kind of get victimized by the system and their lack thereof, their information, motivation, inspiration, and support.
Yeah.
So that was my motivation. I'm still with it. I plan on doing it until I can't do it no more.
So we don't see a lot of dads like you. A lot of dads kind of give up. What would you tell a father that's like right there, like I'm at my breaking point, I'm sick of her, I can't do it, she won't let me see my kid? What would you tell that dad?
I tell them three things. Number one, there's nobody on the planet who can not let you see your kids. There's no.
Ooh, that's a powerful statement. Y'all hear that?
So there's no one on the planet who can not let you see your kids. The second thing, as I asked them, do you love your child or children? And they say yes. And I said, would you do anything for your child or children? They say yes. I said, okay, well then get your paperwork together, get your money together, get to that court, and overcome this, supersede all the challenges. And at the end of the day, most children aren't told why the dad's not there. They're just, your dad's not here and you becoming a bad person. So I give them that goal. It may be 1 year, maybe 2, maybe 5, we don't know. But at the end, you got to envision yourself being with your child or children, and you can't let what's being said about you prove to be true, because dad's not there, so dad gives up, and that's all the child or children know.
Right.
And then they're suffering, they're hurting. Now their self-esteem goes, my dad didn't want to be with me. They don't know that the dad was forced into submission. He was forced into, giving up. They don't know that he wanted to be there. He tried.
Yeah,
and
but
then
he didn't know how.
It's too hard to repair their relationship.
Yeah.
It's too hard to reunify after all that time is gone, because your child or children don't even know you. And they're so used to being with the mom. Shout out to all the moms who are doing a wonderful job out there, but they're so used to being with the mom. Now you become a break for mom, babysitter. Mom's going to get her hair and nails done. You can have the kids while I'm doing that.
Right.
So you got to fight now.
Mom got plans this weekend, so now it's more than that.
So one perspective I want to give to dads out there and all the wonderful moms who are listening, who need to encourage their dad, their brother, their cousin, their son, is football is a sport where I watch a man who will sacrifice his whole life to get 1 yard to get a first down. To go from here to here. When I say sacrifice your life, there's concussions. People die playing football. You get injured to where your your back's all messed up, bad knees, brain injuries, all this, and they get 1 yard to get a first down. They celebrate that, and they'll go 100 yards, first down. If they score, they celebrate it, but it's hard to go 99 yards, but they'll do it. They'll risk it all. They don't have no problem. They get hurt, they get right back up. So we're playing the football game of life. So the mother hurt you. Get back up. Okay, you gotta go to court. Okay, that's your 5 yards you need. And every time you do something, that's first down. Because your goal is that end zone by any means necessary. That no matter what's gonna happen, I'm gonna get from here to that end zone. I'm gonna score, but the touchdown is for my kids.
Right. So don't have the mindset, mama's baby, daddy's baby.
Right.
That's your baby too. Okay, y'all went 50-50 on it. Right? And so you gotta keep going, right? You can't give up, because when you really care about something, right, you just keep going at it, right?
Yep. So I got something I want you guys to do.
Okay.
What?
Because I think we're all about the same age, right? So young people not going to do it. But there's a song.
I'm kind of young.
I want you guys to sing a little bit of it. Right?
Oh, shoot. You know I like to sing.
My theme song.
Really started now.
This is my theme song. This is my theme
Oh,
song, and it'd be a theme song for everybody else.
All right.
If you ever had anybody try to hold you back, so ain't no stopping us now.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Hey,
we're on the road. Hey.
There you go. Keep going.
I'm on rest.
If you ever had anybody try to hold you back.
Oh, if you ever had anybody hold you back.
That was a church song. He was Okay, anyway, it's on the internet. Ain't no stopping us now. It's an old school. If you ever been held down before, not gonna be held down anymore. It's a word. You gotta listen to the word. It's a powerful song that will motivate and inspire you.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love those words you just said. If you ever been held down before, you're not gonna be held down anymore.
No more anymore.
Yeah.
So we have a question. We have a question. Hey, Marissa.
Yeah, they talking to us over there.
Marissa,
We got Jazzy said partner with child support, welfare.
Child welfare. Yeah, she's child welfare.
Good evening, Rachel.
Yes.
What she say? If a man isn't in the home, he should have to pay. If you don't want to pay, wrap it up. That makes sense, Marissa.
Okay, no, see, no, it doesn't. Not to me.
Wait.
That makes sense.
No disrespect to Marissa. Help me understand that one.
Whether the man in the house or out the house, you have to pay for the kid. That's what she's saying, right?
Why are we talking about pay for the kid?
I mean, like bills, clothes.
I mean, I feel like if the father is contributing to the home, if the mother and father they're not together, this father is still contributing. He's still being a father figure to this child. He's still showing up and doing his part. He's making a way, helping pay, whatever.
Yeah.
If you guys can work it out,
like,
what is a monetary amount? Like, that's my question.
It's not a monetary amount. It's what y'all come up with. You know, like if your kid is in sports and you're the father,
half. You guys
pays half, and you know whatever they need. If there's no child support in place, you know what I mean. Like I never had to deal with child support with any of my ex-husbands. We always was able to talk and agree. So.
Right.
You know, I'm not familiar with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know anything other than, hey, you know, I'm going to sign your kid up for this. I'm going to need this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I feel like this. Let's just take this scenario. So you have two people together. They have a child. The mother decides she doesn't want to be with the dad. So the dad can't be in the house, right? So I'm not in the house over there with my daughters, but I provide everything they need. I'm doing all that, right? I do it on my end.
Right.
So I don't pay child support. But let's just look at this. I'm gonna go deep, but I'm gonna pull out. Okay?
Yeah, do that.
So
stick and move.
There's the system is this. Some people, maybe not Marissa, but some people will take advantage of the system. So okay, I had a child by this dad. I don't really want to be with the guy, so I'm gonna move on. And if I keep him away, I get paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's almost like
that. Yeah.
It's almost like, and no disrespect to culture or different nationalities, but I see it as a slave system, because in slavery, when the dad was in the field and he wanted to come in the house, the mother in the house had to report him because she was going to lose all her benefits.
Right.
So, master, here you come. I cannot let you get to your kids because I'm going to lose my benefits. So let's go modern day.
That's the same thing as welfare.
But that was in their head. They add them, and then the case go up. That was a misconception.
What?
For welfare?
Yeah, like maybe if the dad got a felony or something.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about now. Dad can't be with his kids because mom's getting $2,500 a month. Okay. If he gets time, it reduces her child support.
Right.
And if he gets to 50%,
it's none.
No child support, or he could be paying. I mean, she could be paying. Yeah. So let's look at that perspective. Hey, he's a cool guy and all that, but I got to keep him away because if we get to 50% custody, shared custody, I'm going to be paying child support.
Wow.
I'm going to lose my $2,500 a month. So that's what I advocate. I advocate for dads who want to be there. I'm not talking about the dude in jail and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Their consequence is their consequence.
Right.
But I'm talking about a dad who wants to be there, who's capable of being there, making sacrifices in his life, but all of a sudden he's pushed out, he can't be there, and guess what the win is? The win is the money.
The money.
But
why are you monetizing your child? That's my thing. If you got a able man that wants to be a part of that child's life, is money that important?
Exactly.
Because I know some girls, some ladies who they feel like, oh, he need to pay for this, this my rent, my bill, my this, my that.
Crazy.
And that's diabolical. Because I'm like, well, why? What's the point? And then you don't get to see the baby only when you need him to see the baby.
Yeah.
Well, I despise the word pay because
I see you almost flipped out on me over here. I felt the energy.
It's just the whole word pay. I gotta pay. Why am I the only one paying for a child we have together? Now I don't mind.
We all pay for
making a loving. I don't mind making a loving investment into my children's lives.
Ooh, I like that.
But when you say a loving investment into my children's lives, but I want to see it manifest. I want to invest into them and what they're doing. But when you say I gotta pay, and some child support is exceeding. So now you have some mothers, maybe not Marissa, but we have some there's some mothers that they start jewelry and car,
Right.
and
My
so
nails gotta get done.
Yep, my nails got. So that's
But
why.
what about when the kid nails still started to get done, or the hair need to get done, right? Those bills increase as the child get older. You feel me? And so the mother, if they're naturally there with the mother, and then the mother says to the father, hey, the bills has increased. The kid is asking for more things. I mean, what is your position with that? With not paying child support?
Are you talking about
not a court
you talking
order?
about a functional co-parenting relationship?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about parallel parenting relationship?
A functional one.
Okay, so I like that. Mm-hmm. Hey, dad, children need this. Then dad should be a happy contributor.
Absolutely.
Right. Functional.
Absolutely.
Okay. Sometimes we gotta start there.
That's
it, right? That's what I'm saying. And so, we can talk about that too, because some people is actually functional co-parents. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this: I don't pay child support because I understand the system.
I know Marissa playing, but she commenting.
I enjoy investing into my daughters where I can see their response and their result. I can see the result. I can actually see it. So I can plant the seed in them and then I can actually visualize and be present for the harvest in their life.
Right.
So when you say pay, I'm not going to pay somebody to give my daughters, so nobody should pay for their children to have experiences that you can't be a part of.
Right. That's how I feel when people ask me for a baby shower gift and don't invite me to the baby shower.
I feel like this is a real thing.
Right. It's like, as a woman growing up, right? My dad was there. You know what I'm saying? No, he didn't live with me, but he was there, right? Mm-hmm. So just having that presence, he was always made sure
that's yours.
My nails were done. He always made sure I had enough to have my hair done. And even to this day, he set the boundaries of how I allow a man to treat me. Because he was there. He was my first love. A dad is a woman's first, his daughter's first love. Yeah. And if you're there loving on her properly, she'll know how to be loved as a woman.
Right.
So
and she know what a real man look like. If a real man is around.
My dad's there. My dad was there. My dad taught me how to drive. My dad picked me up, even though he didn't live with me. I would go stay with him at times. Back and forth. Yeah. And he was there. He would take me shopping. He would make sure my clothes was right. He would make sure, and he taught me love. So now when I'm with a man, this is what you got to do. Yeah. This is what I'm used to.
Right. That part.
I like that. Good. You got good dad.
Good daddy. He still call me. You serve my daddy. He'll call me now. I love you.
Yeah.
I
got two daddies.
My dad will call me at my big old age right now. I'm just thinking about you. I love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? So he taught me how to be treated.
Well, what are...
Marissa,
let's see what Marissa...
She's talking a lot.
Marissa is on here.
She said, I want the money. He ain't got to be there, LOL. I had to delete that, TMI. Right. She said, you not playing. You giving your child a life. It costs to raise a kid solo.
But you don't have to raise a kid solo. If you allow the father to be there.
If you want to be.
If you want to be, you don't have to raise a child solo.
Right.
There's a village, you know what I'm saying? Not even just a dad. There's uncles, there's grandpas, there's nieces, aunties, play aunties. Yeah.
I think the men got to come in on beast mode like the women about their child. Because they be like, this is my kid. We be like, this is my kid. Don't you take that tax money. You feel me? Like...
I got one story. I feel like if a man is there when his child is being born, there's going to be a bond that's inseparable. Yeah. I watched my daughter and her husband, they had a home birth. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, that man was in that nasty water with her. That man helped her push. That man caught this baby. That man had to give his baby his first breath. He had to scoop it out, blow in the mouth. That bond that he has with Ace is like no other. Wow. And I'm like, if more men would actually watch their child being born, I don't think they could ever walk away.
Right.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, it is, girl. You don't have me over here crying and stuff.
He
was in the water.
He was in the water. Like, he's been there. Both of their children were home birth. He's been there with her in the trenches, rubbing her stuff. Like, when I saw him get in that water, that tub, I boo-hooed.
Yeah.
When that baby came out, it was just them two, and he grabbed that baby.
Yeah, I hope that's on video.
It is. We got the video.
Girl.
And he blew in that baby mouth and gave that baby life. I was like,
yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta want it. You gotta want it, and sometimes though, the father don't even have a figure to go by, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of gotta figure it out too.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you have a willing mother that's willing to go the step with you to help you figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we figuring it out together. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, but where are those people at, Stephanie? I hear they women hard outside on the men.
I mean, but why do you think that is?
I don't know, Terry. Why do you think that is?
Why do I think the mothers are hard? Now, I kind of have an idea, but
okay.
No, say it. I mean, we're talking about it. Say it.
Well, you know, there's things that the men have done that have impacted the way a mother moves and the way she thinks, and there's some pretty profound things that have happened where the mother, you know, there's a cycle of grief. She may not be done through the cycle of grief. It may have scarred her so much that she has it inside, but she's incapable because she hasn't gotten through the hurt and pain of what the dad has done. So it's kind of bitter. There's some women that are just bitter, and then there's some women that are still healing.
Mm.
So the women are still healing, they'll get there. But that falls on us men. Some of the things that we have done with a trusting heart. A woman who trusted us, loved us, was there 100%, and then we did this. And that kind of falls on the men. That's separate from the men who haven't done that or have repaired that or have, you know, asked for forgiveness and want to move forward. Because most men are good dads, great dads, but they're a higher level of a dad than they are a boyfriend or a husband.
Mm. Mm.
So,
okay.
See what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
But the mother hangs on to the mental relating, the most related of what you were as my husband. Oh. And so that's how she sees you as a dad. It's almost hurtful when a man can love his children more than he can love the vessel that brought his children into the world.
Right.
So you have that aspect, right? So us men have to take accountability for things we did, but at the same time, mothers really have to work hard to move forward in the best interest of their children, because now the children, they inherit that hurt, they inherit that pain, they inherit you know, that block. They suffer.
My daddy because you know he did this to my mama and this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it happens.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So I guess we got to be mindful of how we talk about these daddies
to the kids. Yes.
Right. What come out of our mouths in front of them.
Well, you do
my
because
baby
you know,
daddy ain't nothing. I mean, he worth a piece of my kid, but I would never talk bad about him to his son.
Wait a minute, you just did.
But I'm saying back then, you know, now we better. But you know, he didn't do what.
Hey man, that wasn't part of the script.
But he had to grow up. He had to grow up. You know what I'm saying? He had to grow up. We were young, and he didn't grow up. So at that time, even though I wanted to pluck him a couple times, one of those. I still would say, go to your dad. Your dad wants you to come over. Your dad, you know what I'm saying? And my son would be like, he ain't got two things that match. And I'm like, it don't matter. Go spend some time with your dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So we've always had that kind of cool relationship.
Yeah. Love him where he at. Right.
Well, that's been a good mom with the best interests of your child.
Yeah. That's exactly what that is.
Because you need to be two things. You could be a good mom but a bad parent. That was being a good mom and a good parent.
Right, by sharing.
By sharing. And then the kids are going to learn as they get older anyway. So as my son got older,
right,
he was like,
yeah, he learned on their own. That's exactly.
Cool.
Their eyes start opening.
He was like, why you tell me he was cool? He wasn't that cool.
Oh,
But he's cool now. But then, you know, they had to work. You know, he didn't understand, like, your dad had to go back to New York because he needed to work to be able to provide for you. It wasn't happening here for him like that.
Yeah.
So
it'd be a whole story.
Yeah,
if the child allowed their parent to explain, you know, or even ask. I always tell my daughter, if it's something you want to know about your dad and you curious, ask him. Don't be afraid.
Okay.
Ask him, yes.
Yeah, ask him. If it's something you want to know about anybody, anything, you better ask, girl. Okay. That's what I teach. Don't ever be worried about what somebody gonna think of what you want to know.
So right? Jazzy has a question here, guys. I don't want to cut anybody off, but Jazzy has this. She said, this man has money and has the access to be in his kid's life, but he continues to publicly act a fool. What would you say about that?
So what's the definition of acting a fool?
Yeah, like, so what do you mean when you say act a fool publicly? Like, is that ripping and running the streets? Like, what do you mean by that, Jazzy? So I'll wait for her to respond. And then Bridget says, so often times the mom stays bitter and it creates a toxic environment for everyone, and the kids are the ones who suffer the most.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Yeah, and it's a sad thing. I hate to see it every time. Like, girl, especially when I see a woman acting like that with her. Like, girl, is you seriously keeping your child from their parent, the other parent, for what? Okay, and so
wait, Jazzy talking about Kanye West, y'all. Well, I'm like,
is that what's happening?
Oh, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't even keep tabs on him. Me either.
Well, I mean, let's respond to it. I mean, because
tell me about it. What's going on with Kanye?
So Kanye he's an interesting character.
He missed his mama. Kanye ain't been right since his mama left.
But at the end of the day, what I'm asking, and who said that?
Jazzy.
Jazzy said that?
Yes.
So, is he a good dad?
Is he a good dad? That's the thing.
Oh.
Is he a good dad?
Because he takes care of them kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
Kim ain't saying nothing about his fathering.
I've never heard anything about
him being a bad dad.
So, if he's a good dad, then that part of his world is, I guess, what this conversation encompasses.
I love it.
His relationship, that's a whole different podcast y'all gotta do.
Right. So, oh my God, Terry, you just opened my whole mindset about this, right? Because you're right. You a father, you a husband, you a brother. You got all these different relationships, and you may not be good at every single one of them. But he a good dad.
Good dad.
Great
He ain't a good husband though. He like the, you know, but
bad husband.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about Kanye because he may give me an opportunity. I don't know.
but you gotta master something. You know that
well,
they say
maybe you're not good at both.
Yeah. You can master one thing. Like you could be like you set out to be a great dad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You, like you said, you may not have been the best husband, or you may not be the best brother. But one thing for sure, nobody can ever say is you're a bad dad.
Yeah, children have less expectations than your wife. It's a little easier, I think. When what you think?
I don't know. You know what?
They just love you where you are.
Are we still talking about the teenage children?
Not when they get older. Yeah, it's a different thing. But as they're young coming up,
they're angels when they're young.
Yeah,
they're angels, lovely, fun, just enhance your life.
Yeah.
The teenage part.
Them teenagers, woo, baby.
Right.
My baby told me he don't like to walk to school because he don't want to get musty. The school is
yeah, it's good hygiene, right?
Yeah, but I don't need to get up to take him to school.
Well, wait, but does he have a point?
The school is around the corner.
Walk your butt to school. It's early. It's
you got a new age kid.
Yeah, these new kids.
Tell him he can AI himself to school.
Yeah, he can.
I hope he can. I'm sure sick of this every morning.
Look. he got where them L's at?
You gotta get him a job.
It is good for a young man to experience that independence of walking to school.
Yeah.
I know I did. But for young men, I know half the young men in the world are gonna hate me but I think for young men, maybe not the women because of all the aspects of what happens in the world. The young men, yeah, I think you guys should walk to school.
My daughter should. When we moved here, she was 9. We bought her a bike. I rode for 2 weeks my bike and her bike to school and got her a route.
So I want to throw this in. I want to implement.
What?
Consider your neighborhood.
Yeah, consider your neighborhood. Yeah,
that's it.
That too. That makes a difference. Yeah, and then we picked up some friends along in that 2-week time.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, that's your friend, girl. Yeah, together. Yeah, and it was good. So. You don't be afraid to let them walk. I always go back and forth with my cousin about this too because, you know, we always walk to school and her son goes to the same school that we lived at in the same house that we was at grandma's house and they won't let him walk to school. It's a different time, right? And I'm like, oh my God, like, let that boy walk.
My
he got
son,
a cell phone.
He's able to walk.
He got a location.
Yeah, well, they can do that. Like, my son, we're trying to teach him responsibility. So he has a car. We won't let him drive until he gets a job.
Oh, okay.
So that's the thing. Like, you've got to get a job. You want this car? You want to drive to school? And we always tell him, like, when he's like, can you give me a ride? If you had a job, you wouldn't have to ask for a ride.
Okay.
It's hard to.
You're a tough little mom.
Kids.
I'm definitely a tough. His dad is not.
Yeah.
His dad be like, let me just drive. He ain't driving nowhere. I'm driving. $50 fill up. I'm driving that.
Yeah. Right. Come on, tap my shoulder. Let's go to school.
Right. So until he realizes you got to get a job and you got to work that job, you can't just get the job and then now you got the car. You got to work that job and show me you're responsible.
Yeah.
And that's to help him be a man. And that's the thing I feel like with these fathers being raised by mothers and they don't have a father figure in the house, they don't know how to be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because the moms is coddling them and not making them work.
And not even just that. It's just me as a woman, I can't teach a man how to be a man. I'm not a man.
Right.
I don't have those feelings and emotions as a man. So how am I going to teach this man how to be a man? That's why we need the fathers, uncles, grandpas.
We need the fathers.
I like that.
We need the father
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you encourage men to deal with the emotional toll of being financially responsible but feeling disconnected from their children?
So it's not like you said men that would if they could but can't provide.
Right.
You know, I think I have a tough time putting money into the equation of parenting or being a dad because it doesn't cost anything to go to the park.
Right.
If you don't have a vehicle, catch the bus, light rail, whatever, go walking around the block with your kids, right? I feel like there's ways. I'm gonna tell you what somebody told me, and I can't remember who told me this. They said if your child's life was at stake and you had to raise $1,000 to save your child's life, could you do it? Mm. And every man in the room said we could do it. Mm. So then he looked at me and he said, okay, so if you could raise $1,000 a month, if your child's life is at stake, isn't your child's life at stake every day?
Yeah.
And so I started figuring out, he says, you can raise money every month. Ever since then, I started with garage sales, yard sales, making $100 here and there. I started learning different trades. I started promoting events. I started, doing work for other people. And I found out that I could accumulate enough funds to support the activities of my daughters every single month, but I had to hustle and work for it.
Yeah, you gotta hustle.
I had to hustle and work for it. And there's money out there, like they say in the streets. The money's there.
The money is there.
The money's there.
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to get it.
Yeah.
And no money, you still be a great dad. With money, you can be a great dad,
right.
But you can enhance that experience for your children. So I say to the men, go to organizations like Center for Fathers and Families. There's programs. Go to family members. Go to friends. Go to your boy who just got those new Jordans. Mm-hmm. Go to the people flashing money on social media. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Go on Facebook. I've seen people do this. I got 5,000 Facebook. Not me, but I mean, I've seen somebody say, I got 5,000 Facebook friends. If everybody give me $1.
Yeah, that's huge.
You may get $900.
Yes.
So if it's for your children, I go back to the question: would you Would you do anything for your children? Yes. Would you die for your children? Yes. Well, then live for your children and get the money. And if you don't have the money, give them yourself, because your value of a father is worth way more than any amount of money that you can come up with.
Yeah.
I have friends who are professional sports. They got millions of dollars, but their kids, they don't want the money.
They want them.
They want them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's huge. Well, what steps can a father take to rebuild or strengthen their relationship with the child while they paying child support? Because sometimes, they like, you got the money, and the time not there, right? Because the mom keep them most of the time. That's why they get the child support, right? But hey, you still can have a relationship with the child, right?
Well, today's world is amazing because there's so many. I actually have a friend who's doing it. He was separated from his son. The mom wanted the money. The mom was mad about the relationship. He separated. She moved to a different city. So what he did is this is what I like about modern day social media. He made posts on his Facebook page saying, I love you, son, blah, blah, blah. If anybody out there comes in contact with my son, would you tag him in this? So he did social media. You can text. You can do the video thing. You can do Instagram. There's ways to communicate and show your love in modern day time. So your children, they'll see it, they'll hear about it. But rebuilding a relationship is also having an urgency that, every day is an important day for you and your child and children. So yesterday is different. You can never do yesterday over again. So you got to make each day special, and you really have to. If you're rebuilding a relationship, you have to study it like you do anything else. People in college study. People who play sports learn the plays. At your job, you learn how to do that. So get a love languages book. Get how to connect with a daughter. How to be a dad to a son. Read, study, get in programs, take parenting classes to better yourself, and be prepared to be what your children need. And I think some people just get in touch with me. Some people just, I'm the parent and my child's going to gravitate to me, and then I'm going to do this whole discipline thing.
Yeah.
that whole discipline thing does not fit in when your presence isn't enough for that structure. They need love, and that's the number one thing they need.
Yeah, and encouragement.
And support.
Positivity.
There are words you can say to your children.
Yes.
There's words you can say that they'll remember the rest of their life.
Yes.
My son, every day I tell him, I don't care if we fought, if he didn't got on my reserve nerve, when I do get that reserve nerve, I'll be like, I can't get mad at nobody. You done got on my reserve nerve. Now I can't get nobody.
That's the one way.
That's one of the way. I'll be like, you can't nobody even mess with me now because you done messed that reserve nerve up already. But when he gets out of that car every day, I don't say bye. I don't say I tell him I love him, but I'll say be great.
Yeah, be great.
And he's like, all right. And when he gets home, I say, what did you do great today?
Yeah.
I like that.
Did you do something great? And he's like, yeah. Well, what did you do great?
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody doing this, and I told him it ain't cool to do that, or
Yeah.
So
that's
I
what
always
I'm
tell him
talking
that.
about.
Just be great.
Mm-hmm.
Hey y'all, let's be great.
Right.
All of us. So, man, it's 7:50, y'all. We've been talking on this couch, y'all.
Jazzy has been talking about Kanye West, baby. We gon' write
Jazzy
Kanye.
type fast.
Yeah,
Jazzy
Jazzy type.
good.
She articulate.
She said, "What's the first thing a young man should do if they want shared custody?" I was just about to ask that, Jazzy. What agencies are out there to help? It says Seymour. Let's see what she got on there. Is there financial support? She said. So I guess my question was kind of going to be structured like hers. Like, if it's a young man right now, they got a baby mama that don't want to be with them, and they took them to the court, right? And they scared. They like, oh my God, I got these court papers. What do I do next?
Mm-hmm. Understanding.
Yeah, understanding it. Like, okay, yeah, look at the documents, right?
Right.
Respond on time.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Right.
That's number
That's
one.
the first thing. Read it.
Yeah, read it. Read it.
Read it.
That right there.
Read it. Don't just skim through it. ABC.
Yeah.
Mark C.
Read every word.
Read it. Don't initial nothing.
Right. Is it somewhere that they can go to get help out here?
Center for Fathers and Families.
Okay, so
Center for Fathers and Families, because there's a whole. I keep hearing court, but there's mediation comes prior to court,
Yes.
and mediation is more important than being in the courtroom with the judge. And most people are like, I'm just gonna get through mediation so I can get to the judge. But the judge mostly 90% of the time adopts the mediator's report.
Yes.
Because the mediator is a child psychologist. The judge, he's into law. Mm-hmm. So I want to put out there. But Center for what you said, read your documents, respond to your documents. If you're good, study, prepare, go to the court, sit in there, see how it operates, the method of operation. Don't go to street counselors. Go to a professional organization, people who can help you. The Center for Fathers and Families can help you. If you got to go online and study, stay in California if you're in California. And some people will get the laws from Minnesota and they're different. Mm-hmm. But go on there, read the laws, self-educate, and go to war. Read The Art of War. Read that book. But you got to go to war, not against the mother, but you got to go to war against the world, anybody who's trying to keep you from your child, and know that you'll succeed. And play that song.
But what about trying to communicate with the mother? What about trying to get something going on with a good co-parenting so you don't have to get to that level?
That's the mediation part, right?
No, court mediation is not mediation because it's more of I'm trying to think of a word, negotiation.
Yeah, negotiation.
Because if you could mediate, you wouldn't be in mediation.
Right, that's right.
So
it's a forced mediation.
Yeah, so the most important thing is for your children to see both parents to be in the circle of love. Yes. They love both parents. To have them in the circle of love is great. You don't have to love each other. You don't have to like each other. But to be in that circle and to be cooperative, to be a co-parenting relationship, which means you can communicate and get along. But you got to figure out the best method of operation to do that. Right. Is it by text message because maybe you're volatile? Does the person's voice get on your nerve? So email is looking at them, make you want to turn up. So email. This is the trigger. So text message, email. If you can do the I see you on the phone thing, I don't know what's called. FaceTime. Uh-huh. If you have to have a mediator, if you got to talk to your uncle, your grandma, if you have to go on the court talking points website, or whatever method it is, communicate because your children need you to do that. It's kind of like I always give the illustration of water, right? Water, and the co-parents are so focused on arguing and looking at what each other's doing. You got so-and-so over there with my kids, your house ain't this. They're doing this, and the kids in the water, but they're looking at each other, and then the kid starts to drown down here, but they're going at each other so they don't see the kid drowning. Right? Yeah. So both parents have to be doing this. Your eyes are both looking in the water, watching your child, and one of you or both of you will be able to rescue your child out of human trafficking, out of gangs, out of drugs, out of fighting, out of failing at school, out of not being able to get employed. But you both got to be looking, and it's a two-party job. It's a two-party job to get it done, to get your child to 18 so they can go out in the world and be successful.
Wow, that was huge. Yeah, you do. Everybody got to look at the child. It's not about us once you have a child. Mm-hmm. And so...
Yeah, your life is over. Once you have that child, it's about that
child. Yeah, we brought them in the world. And what my mama said, I'll take you out. No, I'm going to quit. Anyway.
Well, somebody has to. What do you call it? We were traumatized.
I brought you in.
And I take you out.
Don't you make me come up to that school?
Okay.
Who are you talking to? I used to be like, nobody. My mom, so now I'm nobody. I'm like, dang, I can't win either way.
Girl, they was mean back then.
Who you talking to? Nobody.
Yeah.
Now I'm nobody. Oh man, I'm gonna get beat either way.
Right. So where is Center for Fathers located?
On Del Paso Boulevard, but it's the world now where everybody's on the internet. So cffsacramento.org, cffsacramento.org. They're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, but cffsacramento.org. It's on Del Paso on the west end. I want to emphasize it's on the west end because Del Paso is a long street.
Yes.
But we're on the west end, across from SETA, down by almost by downtown. It's the West End. So there's different.
What is that?
ends.
New Del Paso? Is that what it is? New
That's
Del
where
Paso.
all the business structures and everything is coming. That's where a lot of businesses are.
Yes.
So on the West End, by going into 160 downtown, we're right there. You can give a call to the center, 916-568-DADS. That doesn't mean moms or children can't call, or not children, but youth. 916-568-3237. My personal extension is 210. And I would love to assist mother, children, dad. I focus particularly on dads because that's where the need is. But just give us a call.
Yeah, but
and
women go through it too, though.
Well, the crazy thing is we have women go through. We help the women because it's really not about the mom or dad. It's really about the kids. And most of our phone calls are by women.
Yeah.
Yeah, my boyfriend needs. Where's your boyfriend? He's sitting here.
Yeah. I said, yeah, because we made them line up. Yeah, we got them lined up for them. Yeah.
Yeah, the women are the ones.
There was some good women. I like it.
Yeah.
Help your man out, ladies. Send them over to the
Shout out to all the women who got your brother, your boyfriend, in our programs.
Your son, all that. Well, man, this has been amazing this evening. It's been a great talk.
It has been. This was good.
Yeah, I hope we
know
somebody.
Up too. I was like, woo, because I was tired at first.
Yeah, I was too. Okay, but you know, when we trying to build people out here,
right?
You know, one conversation at a time. You know, our show is to heal you from the inside out, and you know,
great show.
Laugh a little bit.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Of course.
But you guys got to sing that song.
I'm gonna sing it for you. Next time you sing, I'm
no, everybody's on right now.
Oh, what's the words? You gotta get the words. We'll follow you.
Here we go. We're on the move.
Look, they gon'
do it.
Don't stop it.
That's all I know. That's it.
If you ever been held back before, we refuse to be held back anymore. There you go. Don't you let nothing
stop us, or wait.
I'ma just do the chorus.
Might be getting your way. Get in your way.
I ain't gonna tell Alexa to play it because then we gonna have to cut this.
All right, I think everybody get the gist. I'm
gonna learn that song.
It's in your era too.
That ain't my era, baby.
Look, mine either.
But wait, it's Teddy Pendergrass though, right? Is it?
Now you embarrass me.
Is it Teddy?
In the show, I don't know. Why you do that? How you do that? Everything was going good. We're about to close out.
Right. When your next show real fast.
Yeah.
We close out.
So
we can go out and support Mr. Timo Entertainment.
May 14th, we're doing our biggest show, most popular show. It's Love Jones Vibes. It's been selling out for the last 10 years. We have some amazing artists on the program. It's going to be at our place, Love Jones Vibes. It's on my social media. You can Google it, Love Jones Vibes, our place, May 14th. We're coming right back at you the very next week with some heavy hitters. I mean heavy hitters with our chill night. Come on out, girls night, guys come chill, couples, singles, chill night. We have some of the biggest, baddest artists in Sacramento featured on that show. So back-to-back weekends in May, because I think Timo Entertainment takes a break in June, July, something like that. We take a summer break. So back-to-back on my page, Google it, Love Jones Vibes, chill night, promise. And both of them gonna be.
I see you collaborating with Aaron, right? I seen something yesterday or something. Is that chill night that I seen? That
is our event in July. He's doing wonderful things. You know, he's out there promoting, and we say, you know what, you got your thing over there, and you got everybody got 10 different events, and everybody's event minimal people. You know, unless the party with alcohol. Yeah. But you know, so why not collab? Strengthen the product you're putting out there.
Yeah.
And then my crowd comes with his crowd. I'm hoping that we could do more of that in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. But putting our talents together, putting our followers together, and putting on something amazing. We're team working it for our wonderful city of Sacramento, Elk Grove, our surrounding cities.
Yeah.
We're going to do that in July. We're taking our time to make sure that he and I can align, our chemistry's right, and we can put on one of the biggest, baddest shows that Sacramento's ever seen, not because it's us, it's because of the collaboration.
Yes.
I love it.
That event will
y'all.
go out. That event will be announced right after Chill Night on the 24th. We don't want to confuse people.
All
So,
right. Well, that
it's
sounds
happening.
exciting.
Finally collabing. We need to,
right.
especially our culture.
Absolutely, especially in the promotional space. I hear, it'd be like a competition over there with the promoters and stuff,
Huge
right?
competition. Oh, by the way, Chill Night will not be. It'll be at the Kicking Mule in West Sac. It won't be at our place at Kicking Mule, but it is so much competition and backbiting and undercutting going on. No hate, no shade, but it's a real thing. So us two, we're not gonna be a part of that.
Y'all need a guild.
I love
or a calendar. Where everybody I've always said this, we're all, because it ain't but a few of us here, and if we're all doing things on the same night, if you got a calendar, that way there's no stepping on each other's toes.
I agree.
And that way, you get maximum people at each event, because sometimes, you want to go to an event, like I'll go to events, I'll stay here for 20 minutes, now I gotta run over here, I run over here, because I want to support everybody, because, when I do my thing, I want them to support me.
Right.
Yeah.
So I try to support everybody, but if we had a calendar, and everybody goes.
And let me say this: it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt you, right? So if I do an event and I average 50 people, and you do an event and you average 50 people, I can keep my 50, you can keep your 50, or we can put them together. The money's the same. You're going to keep the same amount of money, but now we get a venue that holds 100, and it's a bigger event for everybody, and we're not spreading the calendar dates as well.
Yes.
Who want to partner?
Let's go, y'all.
Hit me up. Let's do it.
You see, we all about partnering here.
We're coming up. Don't play.
Well, let's partner.
We all about partnering.
Everybody's listening right now. You want to partner?
Let's partner.
Let's do it.
Look, we done made a partnership on the couch, y'all. You feel me? Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to close this segment out. It's been a great talk. I'm always trying to close, y'all? Every episode, I'll be like, we going to close it out.
Right, because me, I'll be like, okay, bye. I ain't close. Okay, y'all, bye.
So it was great sitting here talking to you, Mr. Moore.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
We learned a lot. I hope you guys have as well. And to our people that's talking to us here, Jazzy and Marissa, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
This episode will be on YouTube as well, so we'll be looking forward there.
We'll be posting the clips.
We'll have a couple clips going on. And so also we have an amazing night. All right?
That's it. We out, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.